Hi, I'm Eric,
And I'm Heather.
and we're pre-engaged.
Welcome to another pre-engaged mailbag video.
Jennifer from Atlanta, Georgia asked us, is it important to discuss potential in-law issues before getting engaged? Well, the Bible tells men to leave their fathers and mothers and to cleave to their wives, but it also tells us to honor and not neglect our parents in adulthood, for this pleases God. If you look in 1 Timothy 5, you'll see that there.
Yeah, God didn't intend for us, it's very clear in Scripture that He didn't intend for us to just completely leave and neglect our parents, to rid ourselves of them, so to speak. So, even if you guys live thousands of miles away from your in-laws, you're going to have a relationship with them in some way. Even if it's strained, even if they've passed away, they will live on in your spouse. There will be the presence of your in-laws or the caregiver that raised your spouse in your life pretty much for your entire life.
Yeah, that's very true. And as concerns arise, about your future in-laws, write a discreet note about it if you notice that. And as you prepare for engagement, sit down together and gently, and wisely discuss future in-laws' concerns with each other. It's important to discuss, your concerns and issues about them, and what you fear may happen, what you think may happen, and have the other person, say, well, this is what it was like growing up with them, and this is what I think we can expect, etc.
And know this now and never forget it. No matter how poorly your spouse speaks about people in his life that he loves or that she loves, that does not give you a license to do the same. If if you're dating a man who is constantly complaining about his mom nagging, don't start complaining about his mom nagging. It's just,
Mhm.
you have a right to talk about your parent. You don't, but you know what I mean. You feel like you have a right to speak about your own parent. Maybe your siblings can, but when that sweetheart of yours starts talking about him, it's going to hit a place in you that is very raw. So I would just smile, listen to them, but I would keep negative comments to myself.
Absolutely. Yeah, keep the discussion kind, no name calling. Have examples and discuss sample scenarios. For example, I'm concerned that your mom may try to interfere in our finances because I've seen her interfere in your brother and sister-in-law's finances. What will we do as a couple if she does that to us? That's a good scenario to talk about. Or maybe, your father's in the habit of going behind your sister's back and giving sugary treats to her kids, even when she asks him not to. How will we be a united front if he does that with our future kids? Talk about various scenarios and the boundaries that you would want to set as a couple. Very, very important to discuss that together and discuss those boundaries that you would want to enforce. And remember, a boundary is something that you enforce for yourself, not upon others. And so it's a response that you will choose to have when something happens, when an event happens, not that you're trying to get someone else to stop what they're doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you may have concerns about your own parents that you want to bring up. You're going to have talk after talk about in-laws over the years. I guarantee it. In some way, shape, or form, this conversation is going to come up a long time. So before you get engaged, before you make that commitment, get your cards on the table. Talk about just take notes. I would recommend writing them down, but at least take mental notes of things that you could see as potential problems, communication problems, or whatnot between your family, your respective families, and then your future family, you and your spouse. And yeah, get it all out on the table.
All
Like we
right.
said before, gently, but get it all out on the table now.
Right. And if your sweetie is not willing to stand up to his or her parents about any issues or sides with his or her parents against you, that could definitely be a deal breaker when it comes to having that person be a future spouse. You want to be in a united front with that person, and you want to be able to agree with that person. You don't want that person to side with their parents, over you because you two are going to need to be that united front and need to be that couple. And so if they're constantly deferring to their parents, they haven't left their mother and father and cleaved to you. So that definitely needs to happen.
Yeah. And your marriage relationship is going to be the most important relationship you have. So you want to make sure that you're choosing somebody who is going to put your needs, your kids' needs, and your family's needs above anyone else, who is going to stand with you, not someone who is in the habit of putting you aside and always taking his or her parents'
Ab-
stand on things.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, if you'd like to see another pre-engaged mailbag video, please click on our contact form and send us a question. We'd love to hear from you and help you too. Grace be with you.